the Lower Mainland even, and with the tools that we're given here, we're able to cover all of that.
Welcome to BCIT Magazine. I'm Radhika King.
In the program, they really leave it up to you. I mean, the help is there when you need it, figuring out how to use the programs like Premiere, Audition, and figuring out how to use the cameras. But it's up to you to sort of experiment and figure out what you can do when you go out in the field.
They brought candles and flowers to remember the student who lost her life yesterday.
Teresa May says the international community condemns Moscow.
They really make sure that you know the basics and you are able to put out a quality product.
I'm Brady Tretanero.
And I'm Radhika King. Thank you for tuning in to BCIT Magazine.
Your sports update to 11:10. Starting off with hockey news, the Edmonton Oilers defeated the Vancouver Canucks 3-2 in Game 4 of the Western Conference quarterfinals. Down by 1 goal late in the game, Brock Besser ripped a shot from the left face-off dot that deflected off Dakota Joshua's skate and into the net, tying the game at 2 for the Canucks with just 1 minute and 41 seconds to go in the third period. The Canucks fought so hard to tie the game, but in the end, after Oilers defenseman Evan Bouchard's goal with just 39 seconds to go in the game, it didn't even matter. The series heads back to Vancouver for Game 5 Thursday. Speaking of comebacks, Team Canada was almost on the wrong side of the largest comeback in the history of the International Ice Hockey World Championship. Trailing 6-1 in the third period, Austria scored 5 straight goals to send the game into overtime. John Tavares, not wanting to be on the wrong side of history, snapped a wrister past Austrian goalie David Madlener 15 seconds into the overtime period to end a historic comeback bid. Team Canada will take on Norway in their next game Thursday at 11:20 a.m. Moving to basketball, the Caitlin Clark era in the WNBA has officially begun. Although it got off to a slow start, Clark went scoreless for nearly the first 15 minutes before getting more comfortable and finishing with 20 points in the Indiana Fever's 92-71 loss to the Connecticut Sun last night. Clark spoke on her early struggles.
Some uncharacteristic stuff, like I pick up the ball and travel, I dribble off my foot, I pass it on the inbound, I turn it over. So just a few things that are just, you have to be crisper. Like those are situations where, you're just giving the other team the ball.
Moving on to men's basketball in the NBA, the New York Knicks defeated the Indiana Pacers 121-91 in front of a raucous crowd at Madison Square Garden. After 2 straight losses in Game 3 and 4 of the series, Knicks forward Josh Hart spoke on how he and his teammates were able to rebound for Game 5.
We came out with great energy. Obviously, we had a really tough Game 4. Got a bus kick, but we came out with energy. We came out with physicality, and we responded. And I feel like that's what this team does.
The Knicks now lead the series 3-2 and have a chance to end the series Friday in Indiana. Moving to the gridiron, the CFL has approved some brand new safety measures. Players will now have the option of wearing protective soft-shell helmet covers known as Guardian caps. These helmet covers help reduce the force of impact to the head upon contact, according to the CFL. Another new policy is mouth guards will now be mandatory for players to wear every game. The CFL will continue its annual meetings for the rest of the week. In NFL news, Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker is now facing major backlash after his commencement address at Benedictine College last weekend went viral. In the speech, Butker made homophobic and sexist remarks such as, quote, "Women's most important title should be that of homemaker," end quote. The Chiefs organization has yet to comment on Butker's remarks. Former NFL head coach John Gruden has been dealt a setback in a lawsuit he filed against the league claiming wrongful termination. Getting Coolbaugh on what's next for Gruden and his legal team.
Former NFL coach John Gruden has lost a Nevada Supreme Court ruling in a contract interference and conspiracy lawsuit he filed against the league after he resigned from the Las Vegas Raiders in 2021. Gruden's lawyer said Tuesday he will appeal. A 3-justice panel split 2-1, saying the league can force the civil case out of state court and into private arbitration that might be overseen by NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. Gruden's lawsuit accuses the league of forcing him into resigning from the Raiders by leaking racist, sexist, and homophobic emails that he sent years earlier when he was an analyst at ESPN. I'm Geffen Coolbaugh.
That was your sports update to 11:10. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Nicholas Hauke, and you're listening to BCIT's The Crow.
Stay tuned for more on BCIT's 1680 The Crow.
In our raw water source and changes in demand, maintaining different parts and equipment in the facility, keeping up with chemicals and logs.
We're going to be monitoring reservoir levels closely as well, and one of the things we do is we try to complete all our maintenance in advance of the water restrictions. So one of those things is flushing, our water main flushing. We try to complete that early so that we're not contributing to the ongoing water restrictions.
everything is changing to digital. Everything is online. People aren't just waiting for the 6 o'clock news anymore. People want their news right now. They want to be able to go onto their smartphone, onto the internet, and see the news that they want to see.
Vancouver is growing at, a really rapid rate, the Lower Mainland even, and with the tools that we're given here, we're able to cover all of that.
Welcome to BCIT Magazine. I'm Radhika King.
In the program, they really leave it up to you. I mean, the help is there when you need it, figuring out how to use the programs like Premiere, Audition, and figuring out how to use the cameras. But it's up to you to sort of experiment and figure out what you can do when you go out in the field.
They brought candles and flowers to remember the student who lost her life yesterday.
Theresa May says the international community condemns Moscow.
They really make sure that you know the basics and you are able to put out a quality product.
I'm Brady Tretanero.
And I'm Radhika King. Thank you for tuning in to BCIT Magazine.